What's up, everyone? Joe Manuel here, and we're back looking at this Lotus Yoga app that we finished off our last video. If you had a chance to see that, follow along. We built out this menu that allows us to click through a couple different screens, and but we didn't get to the point of filling in any of that. So we're going to do that in this video. We're using again our tool called Bubble, our no code tool that allows us to build things without code. Um, I think what we're going to do is we're going to first take a look over at this app so we can get a real good idea of what it is that we're trying to build. So let's just kind of walk through and let's notice some things. Up top, we've got this picks for you is kind of like the main featured thing, and then below that, just gonna take us all the way back to the beginning of this, where we get a view down all the way to 4 different rows: meditation, selections, um, what's new. So here's some things to think about, like when you're building something like this. One is like, what exactly are we putting onto the page, and how do we, I don't know, like play air traffic controller and route it the right things to the right places. What do I mean by that? Well, the right things would be for this meditation row would be only meditations, right? We don't want a yoga class here for this meditation row. That would be the wrong thing in this case. Um, so how do we do that? Well, we'll dive in. What we first want to do before building some of these classes into our database is just think a little bit for a second. What do these classes have kind of associated with them, right? If we maybe a good analogy in this case would be, um, we're building an app that's going to display a bunch of yoga classes. If you've ever browsed a site like Zillow or apartments.com, and you just looked at, like, something very familiar, we all know, a house or apartment or condo. um, you what do you have when you see those on those websites? Well, you have a couple pictures, you have a title, maybe you have like a price. Here we have pretty similar. We have a title, we have a photo, no prices, but we have the length. We have a category of difficulty: intermediate. Maybe there's a beginner, there's probably advanced as well. And then flexibility. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, okay, some other categories: vinyasa. And so we're going to need some fields in our database to like hold that information for every class that we create. So how do we do that? Great question. Let's jump over to Bubble to a tab that we have not seen yet, this data tab. And your area, if you sign up for one of the free ones, will look a little bit different than this. I've got some other things going on in the back of my Bubble, but what we'll do is we'll create a new type of data for Yoga app. And this is uh, the type of data is going to be a class, like as in like one of these little yoga courses. And so we'll start building this out. One of the things every course will have is a title. It'll have a length. We're going to put that as a number, so that way, if we did it as a text, you could put in 22 minutes. But if we do it as a number, we can add up like all of the courses. Like we can just take those minutes and divide by 60 and be like, oh, you've reached 5 hours. To do math on these. So we want it as a number. Um, so we got length. What else do we got? We need some photos. We need some of these categories. Let's go difficulty level. I'll just get text category. Also be a text. That'll be like vinyasa or what have you. And some images. What do we got? We got like a thumbnail. What, thumb photo? thumbnail image. And note that this field will only accept image types. And then call this one hero photo. Hero is like nomenclature from web design where you got that main photo, the biggest photo that shows up. And that's going to be the one, once you click into this, it kind of pops up a panel with a big picture and a play button to start the course. So we'll do that. And let me think, if we need some more, we can always come back. I think we should be pretty good here. Yep. Oh, one point of discussion. This will not make sense now, so I'm just going to do it and then I'll explain it afterwards. We're going to create another type of data, and the most analogous I can think of this, I'm going to call this bundle. And the analogy here is like if classes are houses, then the bundle is the block. So you've got like a block and like, oh, what houses are there? Well, these 10 is something general you could say about houses on a block. Well, we've got a bundle here and we've got some classes that go into those. And that this first row, we're going to kind of use this bundle thing to say, hey, place all the ones in bundle 1 on this first row, place all the ones in bundle 2 on this second row, so on and so forth. So we have to create that now because now that it's created, first off, we're going to need like a bundle number. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And we're also going to create the list of classes. We're just going to call it class list. Class list that goes, so this again, our analogy would be, this would be like the house list on a block. Like, where's our list of the houses on this block? Well, we're kind of creating that thing here. And I didn't do it right. We want class list, and then we have classes, but we want to make multiple entries. Make sure you click that, otherwise you won't be able to get everything correctly squared away into these different rows. So again, this is just one of those things where it's a little bit high level to start out with. So I'm just going to do it, and then we'll kind of see once you work with it, when you start working with it, it starts to make more sense. And this one we're going to call field name bundle number. And we're going to go down here and make this one the bundle. So we can kind of tie these two data types to each other in our database. So you'll have a class, or think about it like a house. What block is that house on? Well, that house is on block 7. We don't exactly think about things exactly like that, but not a perfect analogy. So now that we've got these things set up, if we looked at our app data, we don't actually have anything in for these classes. So let's go ahead and make one. We're just going to start out. We got further vinyasa, and feel free. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fill out the database and build some of these things, and then because without these things existing, we can't put them onto the page. So that's kind of our trajectory forward through the rest of this video. We'll build out stuff in the database, and then we'll put it out here on the page, and that will give us something that looks a lot like this homepage. So buckle up, here we go. And I would also recommend that this is a good time to put this on 2x we're just going to be building out, clicking around, filling in thing after thing after thing, class after class, photos, titles, and so on. Before jumping into that, I want to show off. So this is the yoga, the bundle. We want to know, the most helpful thing to know about a bundle is which bundle it is, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the most helpful thing to know about a yoga class is probably the title. And I'll come back to this. Doesn't need to make sense for now. just know that if you're looking at a yoga class, the easiest way to think about it is the it's the further vinyasa class, for our brains. It was kind of computerized, like a unique ID. That doesn't mean anything to me as a human, but the title does. So, and the bundle number kind of does. So call it that. We'll come back to that, and after we fill this out. So let's dive in. Going to yoga course app. Cool. Got small, wide. Okay. So what we're going to do is, go with these yoga wide ones to start out with. And basically, I've already taken some images just off of Google Images to put into here so that we can have something to be working with. I can make these available on a link that you can grab from the video description. So if you want to follow along. All right. So this is further vinyasa, immediate, intermediate. Okay. Difficulty level, intermediate. Length. What do we got? 18. Further vinyasa. Category vinyasa. An important note is that to make these all exactly the same when you type in the value here for vinyasa, for anyone that's related to vinyasa, and I'm going to put this as bundle number 1. Oh, and you know what? I think I actually need to first go and create those bundles before I can add them here. So we're just going to create this. And I'm not going to worry about the hero image right now for the purposes of this video. That'll be the next video where we create. And in fact, I would encourage what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill out all of these database entries, and I would encourage you to just skip ahead because this is not anything that's that interesting. However, if you're going to actually build it, what I want to make sure here is that's what's available in this video is for you to be able to follow step by step for all of these steps to actually build this. So some of you will want to know, all right, well, actually, how do I do this? Because I'm quite interested in filling this out and doing all these steps. So what do we got here? Intermediate flowing into splits. Nope. Intermediate. Of 22. Category flexibility. Create. See what else we got here. Maybe it's here that we start to scroll over. Okay, perfect. More about asanas. Asanas. Do not know the yoga lingo too well. Intermediate, vinyasa. And you divide number 3. The length, 21. Right. So that's I think there's a few more classes here. We're just going to fill out 3 just for the purpose of knowing, enough about what's there. Let's see. You know what? Some of these bundles. Oh, okay. We're going to keep. No, I'm going to do this before I forget. For our bundles, for the data type bundle, I want to add title, because like this bundle has the title of, or this section, has title of what's new. There are some others, meditations, selections, etc. So we want that to kind of just auto populate into onto the page from the database, not us actually just typing it out. Although you could. Cool. So I thought I just wanted to take care of that quickly. And all right, here's what we got. I have got 4 sets of photos. Go vertical, or sorry, 3 sets of 4 photos. Go vertical, beach one, acro yoga. I'm going to go with category, vertical. I'm just going to make up some numbers. Beginner. No, this is vertical. That's really advanced. Who can do that? Stand on your head. 2. Another advanced move. There's no build up to this one. You just go straight vertical. Only advanced maneuvers. So we had 20, 22, 24. Oh, like we already saw that image. Vertical 3. Maybe I accidentally used it on the first one. Oh, I see. It is like basically the same thing with a different background. Cool. And if anyone has ever done this pose, please post it, going vertical, doing the headstand. Please post it in the comments. I really want to know how you managed to do that. As in, like, did it take you 3 months to get there? 6 months? 1 month? Did it on your first day? Congratulations. Okay, 20, 22, 24, 26. We got some good dummy data into our database here. We're going to go beach yoga 1, beach 19, beginner. Okay. One more. This one, I should say, is intermediate. Because look at all those people in that photo. Some super advanced stuff. 25. Okay. Yeah. Because note, if how things get sorted within this app. If we ever like show me all the advanced ones or show me all the intermediate, then we'll have a mixture of these types of each one of vinyasa flexibility. And then our last one, acro yoga. This one's probably intermediate. Acro yoga. I don't know if that's one or two words. I'm not sure. 16. What else? That's it. Okay. Almost there. Super advanced. 7 people. All right. So we got 4 of those. These bundle numbers, we got to go create those. Bundle 1. The title of this one is join. No, it is the very top one. Picks for you. Now you could just drop some text on there. This is not exactly necessary, but it's helpful when we get large amounts of data being displayed. So what's new? Bundle 2. Oh, okay. And so actually, because we have the classes created, we can go. What did we have for some of our first classes? We had like a further vinyasa. No, that'll go with the top one. Um, I'll go ahead and create this. Okay. Go vertical. Further flowing more about asanas. So for this first one, uh, this class list, because we link these two data types together, we can go and find further. Here we go. Yeah. So back to that point when I was talking about, that, let's see. um, I was talking about like this random thing to select in this area. I'd like to go back there to get the visual. If I could just get these classes more about saunas. Okay, took it a second to find it. So now with this, by changing this to title, I was able to over here find a class by the title. Otherwise, I'd have to type in like some random ID, and that's just not very, very friendly to know what's going on. So, and then for bundle 2, we're going to do the go vertical ones. Bundle 1, 2, 3. These are going to be the beach ones. And title is, if you'll notice, I didn't exactly, so we got what's new, picks for you. I mean, I could put the title as beach, join a yoga plan, meditation selections. We'll do the beach is a great place for meditations. This won't exactly line up with what they have there, but close enough. Like we'll get the general gist of the idea. And then we have acro. And this is, what were those, selections or something like that? And cool. And then so now back on these classes, we can do our final step in creating the data to display on the pages is assign all these to the bundle. And one thing you might have noticed getting this far is that, some of this is like, oh yeah, pretty straightforward, right? Just a bunch of work, right? Just a bunch of regular old fashioned grind out some things, some activities in a computer dashboard. But to know how to do it and to have all this stuff kind of explained, hopefully y'all are finding value out there with this video. So what have we done? We have created one, two, three, four different sets of classes that we could go over here and display. And then so next up, we're going to work on the actually displaying those. And you know what? I decided to do that in another video because this one's already taking quite a bit of time. So pat yourself on the back and take a little break or just dive right in. Up to you. And I'll see you in the next video.